Well, ladies and gentlemen, they have arrested the supposed assassin. We have literally no updates on the assassin's name or any information about the assassin right now, at least. So maybe that'll come in through the night. Cash Patel has said they have the person in custody. It's not the old white guy that was previously thought to be the assassin. Yeah, this comes on the heels of the release of the horrific bus murder, and now this. I mean, I know people just brutal video. Wasn't the old dude just given a fine or something for obstructing justice? Really? Seems like it'd be something heavier than that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the process in which they arrested him and what he said, but yeah, I know, dude. I'm not. I'm concerned about the more prominent Republican people. I mean, there's been a lot of situations, man, where these people they think they're justified. You know, they say it's fascism, so they're justified to kill anyone. They thought it was justified when Trump got shot at. That's the other thing, man. Imagine if another thing that I was this in the Denver shooting too. Have you heard? Yeah, I heard about the Denver shooting. Um, people are starting to speculate based on the movements of this individual. He's in all black. He's on the roof, and they're saying he purposefully hit the jugular because people in the chat were saying, well, they were aiming for the head, but people are saying he hit the jugular on purpose because of the amount of blood. So I don't know. People are saying it was professionally done. You're gonna get speculation like this as more details come out. Was the shooter on top of a building, laying down on top of a building? After the shots were fired, the shooter ran to the back of the building, at least from the vantage point of the video I saw, in all black. 100% highly trained marksman, sharpshooter. Just the look of the clothes as well, even from a far angle, it did seem like it was pretty. Even being able to get away for as long as they did, but reports are that Charlie had a bulletproof vest on. Really? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what's the backstory of this assassin. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people saying a lot of things. Pritzker is blaming Trump. Yeah, they're going to react in a certain way. A lot of them are just going to blame the right, anyways. It's like one of your thought leaders died, so we're going to blame you. It's just like gaslighting. I mean, I don't know, man. It's very, very sad. There's a video of a guy in custody with a suppressed rifle. This happened the day before 9/11. Yeah, I mean, I understand that in a symbolic way, but it's also like the first speaking engagement Kirk's had in a while, I think. So it's like the first time he's been out. So if they were planning to do this, it's a coincidence it's on. the 10th. They caught the shooter. They caught the shooter. We have no information on the shooter. Cash Patel reported they got the shooter. Mean Gene, thank you. DGS said last week, when you call your opponents evil Nazis and fascists and devils, it's surprising. This hasn't happened more often. Democrats are unhinged. And yeah, no, I agree 100%. Obviously, they feel justified in killing because of their rhetoric. But I mean, we'll see what happens in terms of who's behind this and stuff like that. And think about the amount of people that want Elon Musk killed. Vans to travel to Utah tomorrow.
This is a dark day for our state. It's a tragic day for our nation. And I want to be very clear that this is a political assassination. We are celebrating 250 years of the founding of this great nation. That founding document, the Declaration of Independence, that this great experiment on which we embarked together 250 years ago, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain unalienable rights.
RJ, thank you. Don't want to blame Democrats because I have lots of friends that are Dems and they wouldn't do this. They're just evil people. Well, I mean, I guess it depends the level of. I mean, a lot of them seem to be celebrating this. Not all of them, obviously, but.
The first one of those is life. And today, a life was taken. Charlie Kirk was first and foremost a husband and a dad to two young children. He was also very much politically involved, and that's why he was here on campus. Charlie believed in the power of free speech and debate.
Shout out to you, bro. Still going strong. Simple Logic, I appreciate that. American M says, I was in a live with libs and they were celebrating, saying they have no sympathy to these people or evil. They feel right. They feel justified because, you know, the media has made them think that Charlie Kirk is this horribly. But honestly, a lot of it is like there's so many disagreements just on just the United States in general and the country's founding, things like that. It's like such systematic differences between a lot of us and liberals. So, you know, even the thought basis of it is so much different on what America actually is. But yeah, when I saw that video, I was just, you know, obviously shocked. It's like the Trump, you know, these things happen and there's like this weird uneasiness that you feel. Like you don't know what's going to happen next. It's like this weird free-for-all moment or something. I don't know. It's what same thing happened with the Trump would-be assassination and everyone just kind of scrambles.
To shape ideas and to persuade people. Historically, our university campuses in this nation and here in the state of Utah have been the place where truth and ideas are formulated and debated. And that's what he does. He comes on college campuses and he debates.
If we can't debate anymore, what can we have? Trump needs to act now. And I know. I mean, Trump needs to. I'm hoping Trump comes out with some type of a some type of address or something. You're a lapsed Catholic, but you're heading back to the church. Trump is huge for us, but we need something bigger now too. Insane that could have been Trump, dude. The thing that I think about, and imagine if that was Trump's neck, in that in Butler. I'm not sure what would have happened to the country. I mean, I'm still not sure what's going to happen to the country now. I mean, this is back to back years. Watch, this will lead to the rise of Fuentes. Well, Fuentes needs to be careful himself. I mean, he already had that incident. Remember, there it's odds of a civil war, or at least civil Cold War. I don't know, man. I think everyone is, obviously, it's a very emotional, raw moment. People immediately go to the Civil War stuff and things like that. I mean, obviously, it would be a compounding effect. I don't think it would just be this. If something happened to Trump after this, I mean, they will try again. And with Trump, I know Trump's got the Secret Service now. He's got that because he didn't have that. Remember back in, he was still technically, that was before the reason he didn't have the upgraded security. Well, he has his own security, but he didn't have the full barrage of security was because the convention hadn't happened yet, so he wasn't officially the Republican nominee. So it happened in that window before the convention. But I mean, still, that's a mind blowing situation in and of itself. With that, now we've got another one. We've got another rooftop shooter. Looks like a much higher area, higher building. No, the shooter has been captured apparently, according to Cash Patel. But there's nothing released from what I see. If anyone has any, releasing details on the shooter, but this seemed like a pretty sophisticated, from what I've seen, seems like a pretty sophisticated operation in terms of the way in which it was done. Will we ever hear the truth about Crooks? I don't know, man. Shooter is 25 years old. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I've never seen that anywhere. This event really radicalizes us and makes us. But of course, you see something like that. You see a conservative leader like that in a state, and in a state like that after he gets shot. It's terrible. I mean, that's going to give you a serious reaction. The bus killing, evil, just evil. What impact do you feel this will have on the country in the coming days in terms of retaliation, rebuttals? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't want, I don't want to say anything about that. I don't know what people are going to do. There's going to be a lot of very angry people. There's a lot of people boiling right now because Trump was shot at, and then Charlie Kirk was assassinated. So it's back to back years. These are very prominent people. Obviously, Trump extremely prominent, and so I mean, who else is there in terms of prominence on the Republican side? Tucker Carlson. I mean, these are like two of the biggest ones on the internet, at least. I haven't seen any info, and just the shooter's been captured. That's it. Do you ever think about mortality and how you have a target on you? No, that's not a conversation. If I got more famous, I would think about it. That's not something I have to worry about right now, for better or for worse. Message retracted. You retracted your messages. All right, man. Do you think it's good or bad that X allows the gore? Well, that's a situation where I mean, every that's going to get around no matter what. And to be fair, I saw my timeline updated and see many didn't seem like it was being shared very much, or it seemed like it was suppressed or something. But yeah, that's going to be shared pretty much whether it allows it or not on something. Did you see Zoran post? Well, I mean, they're all the cookie cutter liberal posts. It's all the same stuff. You know, they're gonna give their condolences and say they don't believe in it. I mean, what else are they gonna say? New York Buckeye, I appreciate it. This is really demoralizing. I see Gore daily. I'm a doctor, but this kind of trauma is random, not over having different opinions. Yeah, and I watched the longer form video of it, and he just collapses. Like after 2 seconds. I mean, it's just there's no way you could lose that much blood, and I don't know what the process was in terms of him being in critical condition, but it seemed like yeah, I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot. This one is different, because I've seen so much of Charlie speaking and things of that nature, so it's a bit different. We don't live in Brazil. I know somebody's like, "Oh, this happens in Brazil." Well, that's the fucking point. We're not Brazil. We've got a better society than that. You think they try to go after Rogan and Trump again? Well, I mean, Trump. It seems like they're always going to try and go after Trump, man. Just the nature of it, especially with how much they hate him. They're 100% going to say the shooter is conservative. Well, they'll do something to muddle. I don't know what they'll do exactly, but they're going to do something. But also, you're going to get a lot of conflicting reports on. There's going to be a lot of different angles. It's not going. This is not going to be at least from what I see in the way that the shooting looks. This is not going to be a specific left versus right thing in terms of the shooter specifically. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe it'll just be some wacko liberal. But I think it's probably going to be a bit more nuanced, or people are going to argue something. Um, you know, let's arrest the old guy in the grass. I don't know what that is. I don't know why they arrested him. I'm not sure if he had something or what that was about. Did you see the Dems in the House refuse a moment of silence for Charlie? Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I mean, these are like fucking third graders. I mean, it's The Yankees hold a moment of silence before their game. MSNBC public relations forced to put out a statement saying they made comments that were inappropriate, insensitive, and unacceptable. We apologize for the statements. People will say there is a different shooter, no matter. I know. That's just the nature of the internet now, for sure. There'll always be some high low, but I already see the angles at play in terms of people trying to formulate narratives one way or another. I mean, we'll see what happens with it. I'll see the information, and it does look to be just from the way the shooter was moving. You know, possibly somebody that was familiar and hit a specific area and. Did you see Megyn Kelly crying and offering Turning Point USA to carry on for Charlie Kirk? Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen to Turning Point USA. They're gonna, that was such a good thing too in terms of what he was doing, and it's hard to replace, very hard to replace that. TMZ made fun of Kirk. Yeah, TMZ has turned into like liberal trash. I don't know, man. They like argue with Michael Knowles though about like fucking trans people and shit. Like it's like 2016 arguments. Should I be filled with rage or is a calm head needed right now? Well, everyone processes something like this differently. I think just it's a very sad thing. I mean, to me, it's I look at it from a just a human perspective and a political perspective, and I mean, I already see the arguments formulating by the left, and they're just so nonsensical. I'm gonna have to discuss it tomorrow, but yeah, it's just I mean, but again, it's just a lot of this comes down to I mean, when we're talking about politics, okay, so who was the shooter? And I think we're probably going to get some differing opinions. You think, well, of course it's a liberal, but makes you feel scared as a college conservative, which early did to inspire us to speak for mine. Yeah, no, I know it's just you should go into Blue Sky right now. Yeah, I could only imagine. Well, again, that's another one. Blue Sky is a fucking failing social media app. They said everyone would leave X for Blue. Remember, they said everyone would leave X for Threads. It's like a liberal pedo cesspool. Everyone would leave X for Blue Sky. It's just a far left pedo cesspool. So they all turn into the same things. It's like there's too many right wingers on X. Let's make our own thing, and then they're just infested, and it's just like nobody uses that shit. I mean, I guess it's their echo chambers, but they could have echo chambers on Reddit. It's like this, so it's like the same thing. The acceptance of violence because of differing opinions must stop. Yeah, the problem is they say the opinions, they'll say the opinions, hurt people, and it's they say it's not just opinions, it causes violence. They say words cause violence basically, and so they're justified in killing people. I mean, that's honestly what a lot of them think. Just in terms of them justifying this. Being conservative is death now. Well, there's been a lot of threats against a lot of conservatives, that's for sure. And you don't see the same on the other side at all. CNN reports that a 25-year-old individual is in police custody in connection with the assassination. So it is a 25-year-old, apparently. That's my age, but I'm about to turn 26. But so a pretty young person tends to remember the what was Crooks 21. 25-year-old individual trans liberal shooter. You think because they said the word individual? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, in a way, you might be right because normally they'll say 25-year-old male. Being conservative is a death sentence. Thank you for the donation. This will radicalize a lot of people. Well, think about the what we just had with Irina, and now you get this situation. I mean, it's back to back. Being conservative now is what punk rock used to be. The establishment is all left. Well, the major government is liberal in Europe and the United States. Mean Gene, I appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. Charlie Kirk influenced you at all? I think Charlie Kirk is a major influence on a lot of young creators, directly, indirectly, um, and just such a huge, important voice. That's the other thing is they'll just try and demoralize people, and just such a major voice for young people. The first day of the campus of his new campus tour, if it turns out to be another trans shooter, what would the reaction be, and how would you feel being around trans people as a right wing person? Well, obviously, there's going to be a significant reaction if that turns out to be true. There's going to because we've dealt with this with two different Catholic churches, Catholic schools. We've dealt with trans shooters, and there's big trends on this recently in terms of the amount of non-binary or trans shooters relative to the per capita makeup. It's going to be something that's definitely people are going to take. We know that, and we'll just have to see who it ends up being. I mean, I don't know if you want to read into individual if that's they are who knows, but obviously that's going to be a significant talking point if that turns out to be true. Byron Donalds sends out a message. Never apologize for being Christian. Absolutely. Oh, look, the hammer and sickle. Ooh. Ooh, you're so edgy. Everyone must be everyone must be poor. Jank Cenk Uygur coming out with a statement. You're a conspiracy guy. The deep state benefits greatly from this. Now, I mean, you have to think like that in a certain sense for sure, just in terms of the different, based off of the past situations and how they tend to use these situations for political gain. It's something you have to be cognizant of. Charlie Kirk, Alex Jones, Nick Fuentes, Depressed Ginger, Voices of Our Generation. Well, I don't think I'm mainstream or anything like that, but yeah, I mean, you got to, Alex has been huge. Possible the first suspect was the guy asking Kirk questions when the shooting happened. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think he was just talking to a random liberal. I don't think so. Because it could be you could be talking to anyone. He's going to be still sitting in the exact same spot. So in terms of who he's talking to, it doesn't really it wouldn't affect the shot from a long range because he's going to continue to be sitting like for a few hours when he does the debates. And no, it wasn't him. I know what you're talking about. It was I think it was a younger liberal guy that was debating him on the gun violence problem. Yeah, I mean some of these liberals are coming out against other ones. It's smart to come out against that. It's just because that's an unwinnable position to go for something like that, support something like that. So some of them are they want to be edgy. They want to. I mean, this is the same thing that happened with Trump. Now Trump survived, but his name's Gustavo. Any info about Colorado High School? Colorado High School shooting, man. That reminds me. That's like Columbine. No, I haven't heard anything about that. Gustavo. I don't know if that's true or not. When Hillary Clinton dies, you will all celebrate. I'm not gonna say. I mean, number one, that's not even a good comparison. Charlie Kirk is an active political person influencing many people. Hillary Clinton's done with politics. She's retired. Her influence is at least from like a influential standpoint. You know, any intel on the roof. Usually, you just can't get onto a rooftop. True. Normally, that type of stuff is locked off. It's like mechanical workers, things like that. You think we're moving into uncharted territory? This is much worse than Crooks and Trump. And the other thing is they're celebrating, and it's an assassination on camera too. Like this is brutal. It's not even just like died of something off camera or something. And 31 years old. Gustavo Columbia. I don't know. They're saying he was. It's a mistake. It's not him. I don't know. I think we're gonna get a lot of miscellaneous reports on who it could be. So this was the update from Cash Patel. Have you seen the new vid of the sniper getting into position before the event? No, I haven't. CNN will end up saying this is a Trump supporter. I think it'll be a muddled situation, honestly. I mean, we'll see because they'll check the social media, they'll check the history in terms of the record of the person voting, things like that. Said that being conservative in this country comes with safety risks for your life. It shouldn't be like that, but it comes from the top with from Democrats. Yeah, and Charlie would be yeah, he's a pretty typical, I'd say, Christian conservative. See a lot of Palestine flag people celebrating his death. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Someone records. Well, I saw him. This is what I saw. I saw after the shot was fired, he runs back. He. It's like he runs away to his getaway. Like he's trying to leave the building after the shot was fired, which kind of makes sense. But that's really the only thing I saw. Is there any credible confirmation the shooter's name is Gustavo La Fessa? I think that's a fault. I think that's maybe they said it wasn't him. I don't know. I've heard conflicting reports on the Gustavo being the shooter. Yes, this was an occult ritual sacrifice. Let there be time for processing this, though, is an incredibly dark day for America. I'm not sure what that means, but was the guy on the roof caught yet? Apparently. Apparently, yes. Might not have agreed with Charlie about immigration issue. Violence isn't the answer. Now the left wants to make it a gun issue. Read the room. Well, there's no winning. They're just gonna make. Of course, they're gonna make it a gun issue. Charlie Kirk was one of the least threatening young Republicans, but boy, could he debate and win 99% of the time. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like he would be considered one of the not moderate Republicans, but not extremely radical. I mean, but they you know, there I know a lot of people that have hated Kirk on the left. So not that this, I mean, this is shocking that this is happening, but I do know there's a lot of liberals that absolutely despised Kirk. Do you think it's time that we start following the money trail of who's funding a lot of the craziness going on? I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see if this gets investigated or not. Whoever this person ends up being, because that's this situation. It's whoever this shooter is. Might have been president one day. Very sad. Thank you for the donation. At least he would have been, you know, at least certainly in Congress. I mean, he had a lot more pull than a lot of the, lot more fame than a lot of those people. This is the guy that had to apologize too.
Which then lead to hateful actions. And I think that's the environment we're in, that people just, you can't stop with these sort of awful thoughts you have and then saying these awful words and not expect awful actions to take place.
Matt.
And that's the unfortunate environment.
Yeah, that is legitimately blaming him 100%. Because Charlie Kirk doesn't want Haitian immigration, he must be killed. Yeah, he's not even a radical guy. I mean, but even so, no matter what you say, it shouldn't be cause for you to be killed. Like, this is Neanderthalism. Well, he said a bad thing and my party didn't agree with him, so we killed him, but he said bad things, so it's okay. They want more gun laws. They realize we already have laws against murder. Well, a lot of these shootings too happen in gun-free zones, and yeah, you know, what about the Irina killing? Did that involve a gun? Ironically, he's saying some awful things. Right, he is. He's saying some awful things. You think the shooter was an anarchist or a Marxist? Yeah, I mean it's if that's the name of it. You're a two-time war veteran. You've seen horrific things, but the Ukrainian murder and that monster by the monster in the Kirk video is hard to stomach. Such brutality. Yeah, I mean, and it's back to back too. So it's like back to back weeks of it. It's terrible. And we're just seeing that video, that Ukrainian refugee video, like 2 days ago when we first saw it. Working at a pizza shop, I know. It's the norm in Eastern Europe. I know, and look at the American girls just with the OF and just trash. Bulletproof glass, and he's still with us. I know. Remember, Trump had bulletproof glass, but I think it's hard to hear the people. But I mean, there's a lot that you could do to prevent it, but it's like Monday morning quarterback. He was influential, but a threat at this point. Yeah, no, I hear you. It'll be interesting to see who the shooter is. I'll say that. I think a lot of the opinions on that will come out in terms of the person's background behind doing this, and Obama made a statement. Obama makes a statement. Despicable violence has no place in our democracy. Michelle and I will be praying for Charlie's family tonight, especially his wife. Call me crazy, but my conspiracy brain wonders if this is to distract from the UAP hearing video of the UAPs shrugging off a Hellfire missile. Really? The UAPs? Seems like the UAPs are constantly thought of as distractions. Now this is a distraction for the UAP. I don't know. It's beyond you why people hated him. Well, because he's a white Christian conservative. That's why they hated him. What is a UAP? It's a UFO. They changed the name of it. You think that Kirk would have security, but I'm sure he has security. You have to have security with that many people there. He has security, but obviously it was not the roofs were not secured. But I'm sure there was security on the ground. I don't know if there was a sniper or something. Thanks for doing the live. Yeah, no problem, KP, AC. Yeah, rest in peace to Charlie and Irina. He had private security. He has to have private security. You're not. He's got 6 million followers. He's got. You have thousands of people there. Was Charlie Kirk on his way to a prominent role in U.S. politics? I mean, you could definitely see him. I mean, the thing is, he had influence, probably more so than a lot of the congressmen with the following that he had. Eric Doherty is spreading the claim that it was Zachariah Ahmed. Ahmed. What in the fuck? Is this like an Islamic convert? Antifa? Hmm. Yeah, he does. He does look a little bit. I mean, I guess it's just a photo, but he looks a little off. Pro Palestine, but what kind of a name is? What kind of a surname is that? DMV photo that could be 10 years and not a mugshot. Yeah, obviously it's not a mugshot. They normally take the ID photo or DMV. Yeah, you're right. They do normally take DMV photos with the background like that. You say it looks Albanian, Russian, Central Asian, white Arab. Check Cash Patel. Yeah, that's crazy. 2011. Did Cash Patel update something? Romanian? No, I don't think so. Cash Patel said the suspect had been released. What do you mean? The suspect has been released? After an interrogation by law enforcement. That's an Arab last name, maybe lib white mother. Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. I don't know what this means exactly. Dude, come on. Subject in custody has been released after interrogation. Investigation so they got the wrong person? I mean, what else is this even talking? What are we talking about here? He converted and changed his name. That's originally what I said. Said he was a Islamic convert. I have no clue what this is. Why would what? So what does this mean? They had it. They announced they had the suspect, and now they got the wrong person. Volunteered at a Mormon church in 2024. Who that the suspect? Dude, this is not good. This is not good for the administration. Don't think we'll ever know, sadly, like JFK. Well, let's not doom her too much. I think. I mean, you could say, well, it's going to be manipulated, and we're not really going to know the full story. But we'll wait a little bit. They arrested an old man, said it wasn't him arrested. Yeah, this is just going to be a problem for the transparency part of this. Whoever they arrest next, people are going to say there's going to be a lack of trust for this. We'll see. Yeah, no, I think they'll find the person as well. But they said this is the person in custody that's been released. They're really that stupid to be trying to stroke a fire with this. Yeah. Person who murdered Charlie Kirk is still on the loose. So the title is wrong. They reported at 7 o'clock or 6:30 that they had the person, or I guess they called him a subject, not a suspect. So maybe that's why. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's a matter of time. But again, the people are going to say, well, it's not the real person; it's someone else. That's going to kick up now because of this. So I haven't felt like this in a while. I just feel really just weird. It's like you can change the title. I'm gonna have to change the title again. You might have to get security. No, I'm not mainstream, but I think the top Republicans need to get serious security upgrades. I'm concerned for them. The internet's great and all, but it also lets the deranged from the echo chambers where evil ideas feel validated and mistaken as broad public sentiment. Well, yeah, that's an echo chamber, my friend. That's an echo chamber. You get enough people together, um, it's going to push people to really believe some certain things, and it happens on both sides. But it's just it's the nature of how the internet is, unfortunately. Charlie allegedly said to someone in confidence that he felt Israel was targeting him over recent comment. Dude, really? Do we know that to be true? I don't know about that, man. It just feels like he was still a supporter. I mean, yeah, he was starting to talk about stuff, but White Lives Matter, the left radicalized so many people today. SG, I appreciate the donation, man. Just gut wrenching. I hope I feel normal again soon. Yeah. I was shaking at work 2 hours for 2 hours after I saw the video. Yeah, the video was a shock for sure. It's a lot of rumors. I hear you. It's a lot of rumors. We got to wait for stuff to. I'm not going to repeat some stuff that's not confirmed. Seeing the left react on your Facebook timeline is inhumane. I know, but you got to expect. That's what they're going to do. They're going to celebrate. feel depressed, ready to give up. Well, it's a very sad situation right now, but we need Trump to come out and say something. You think between this and the Trump assassination attempt, lawyer rallies, you mean larger rallies like this can't take place outdoors where safety can't be secured? I hear what you're saying, but it's like it's the United States. It's the United States of America. But it is something to where you'd rather not worry about that. Just have smaller rallies or just because of. I mean, Trump was still having rallies even after the attempts. I think that there was the upgraded security, there was bulletproof glass, and then I think it got removed after a certain amount of time. Right after the video of Scottish girl, there's a church shooting. Now Irina gets killed, and this happens all too distinct from, all too distract from race realism. Well, I do think that's still an extremely important thing that we need to. I know, but this is such a big story now. It's just. But I mean, this is something that would be different than even though that situation with Irina happened and people were talking about it. I know what you're saying, but it's like this is such a seismic thing. You don't think they should be announcing anything until they actually have something, until they actually have the suspect? Right. I mean, I thought they did. I thought that's what the announcement originally was. They got the wrong person. For those saying Civil War, all eyes on September 13th in London now. If what I think happens, happens, it will be the beginning of a worldwide unrest and civil collapse. September 13th. They announced they had the shooter, then they announced they had this. It seemed like they were announcing they had the shooter, and apparently they don't. They interrogated someone and they said we got the wrong guy. You should be in bed right now, but you can't sleep. This is one of the first times feel like this has actually gotten to me. This is gonna change things. The Yankees. Until leftists are treated as criminals for their radical beliefs, which they are, this will never end. Yeah, well, it's reinforcement. They say, well, we are justified in cheering on these people being killed because they say words we don't like. I mean, that's really what it is. But also, it's just such a deeper level on the United States and what the U.S. is in general, and what all these arguments go back to. September 13th, Tommy Robinson free speech rally. Yeah, there might be some shit that might go down at that because I know the UK has been bubbling up for a while. You're a Yankee fan until the Pole lads sell the Twins. Trump needs to give a nationwide address. No, I agree with you 100%. I thought he was going to. Trump needs to be commander. Trump needs to commander the. You mean command the liberal media? Irina died because of anti-right rhetoric. Kurt died because of anti-conservative rhetoric. Feel like we live in a bad remake of the 60s. Yeah, I mean, there is some parallels to just looking at the assassination. The Charlie Kirk shooter escaped police custody. No, no, they got the wrong person. I think that's what happened. They interrogated someone, turned out it wasn't them, but they had said that they had them, and we would all assume that it would be them, but it wasn't them. Trump's response Trump's response needs to replicate the support Charlie gave him, or he's going to lose the young vote. No, I think Trump knows this is really bad, and I think he's going to come out and he's going to say a lot. He's already made some statements on Truth Social and stuff, but I agree he needs to come out and say something and for real. There are things you want to say, but they would get you banned, but are actively encouraged on sites like Reddit and YouTube. Well, Reddit you can say a bunch of shit. It's a non. That's why YouTube, and by and large, the comments are a non. Are you saying they let the second suspect go? No, I'm saying that I'm actually saying they let the second suspect go. The first suspect was the old dude. The second suspect was what they reported an hour ago. They had someone, but then they let the second one go. The first one was already we already knew it wasn't him. Now they're going after they're still going after whoever the suspect is. Any evidence from Masada, or are people just speculating? Yeah, I think you're gonna get a lot of that. I mean, the thing is, if it was done in a way, I mean, let's see who it is first of all. But there's gonna be a lot of speculation like that just in general. Seems like a professional hedge. It does seem like it's done professionally, but who knows? Fox now is reporting. Ted Cruz now reporting. Suspect is not in custody. You don't want to hear that the roof was sloped too. Yeah, I remember that. That was insane.
The globalists want to forget Irina Zaruska's name, murdered by another brainwashed leftist. They want us to forget Charlie Kirk's name. We're never going to get. And I'm driving back into the office right now. We've got local news reports. We have songs produced last month in that same town in Utah where Charlie was killed about killing Charlie Kirk, and posted last week about he'll be dead. So they were openly planning this. He had accomplices. And the coward wouldn't do it up close with the security. He did it up on a roof. Well, the left sure loves their guns, and they're shooting a bunch of Catholic kids at Mass, or shooting Charlie Kirk, or stabbing some woman in the throat. You guys think you're going to intimidate us with this crap, and all your leaders calling for blood and violence? And
so he's saying that there was a plan to do it, for like I mean, I'm sure it was premeditated for a long period because Kirk had the start of that tour. Large viewership in a while, RIP Charlie. Yeah. I mean, I think people are just shocked. It's a shocking, breaking story. Omar had a plan, or it seems new people. Yeah, or that could just be an adjutant where it's an edgy thing to say, like, oh, something's going to happen tomorrow. But you're right. He might have had something because it was like a real gloaty thing, too. Heard that the bullet that hit his vest and traveled up and hit him in the throat. You think the bullet hit him in the vest and traveled up and hit him in the throat? Is that accurate or false information? No, I mean, I saw it slowed down. I don't think that happened at all. I think it hit him clean in the neck. People are saying he had a vest on covering, all of his chest, but I don't know. I'd have to relook at it to see if it looked like he had some type of bulletproof vest. I didn't think so either. Then I saw it in super slow-mo. I've seen it in super slow-mo. I don't think so, man. Do you think it's time to talk about secession? I mean, in what context? The Republican states? The Republican states seceding? I mean, I think some of the liberal cities are just unsavable because of demographics, honestly. I mean, unless you want a massive, remigration thing or something, I don't see how some of those cities are savable, honestly. So I don't know what you do. I really don't. That's what people have been saying. IDK. What did you just say? Did you? Oh yeah, you said that. Yeah, I don't think so, dude. I don't think that happened. They're saying it ricocheted off the. Was he wearing a bulletproof vest? I'd have to go back and look. Charlie Kirk will forever serve as a reminder of what the left does to people who fool themselves that they can have a dialogue with the left. We can't coexist no matter how much we want to. I mean, it is pretty symbolic. It is pretty crazy that he is debating people and challenging the ideas, and then they do that. And there's different tweets from Charlie Kirk saying the left has an assassination culture, and then he gets assassinated because that was after Trump. And then many of them were saying, well, someone should finish the job. You remember that? Remember when leftists, after Trump had survived, and then Trump survives again with the Ryan Ruth. And then the people are like, well, they've got an assassination culture because they keep wanting it to happen. They wanted Trump to be killed, and they would joke about it. They don't get their way politically. They just want to kill people. It's very bad. What do you think will happen to interest rates? I think the interest rates are going to be lowered. What's going to happen to Turning Point? I don't know. I'm not sure. How can we even live with people who actively want you dead for disagreeing with them? It seems like the fight mentality may kick in soon for people on the right. Yeah, you wonder if this is an escalation. I mean, you had the Trump situation. Jen Palace Wexner just bought Obama Vineyard. I don't even know what you're talking about, man. Mike Johnson reports suspect was talked to and released. So they brought someone in for questioning and then released them. But Patel reported like they had someone, so I don't know. The shooter is still out. The assassin is still at large, apparently. Les Wexner bought Obama's property at Martha Vineyard. That's what it was. That's what the donation was saying. Governor of Illinois blaming Trump for Kurt's death. Yeah, Pritzker. I saw that. It's an immediate too. Some of them are
is here. I know, Governor, you've been at these Turning Point USA events. He has an infectious spirit, the energy. It's just incredible what they've taken away.
No question. And, on the one hand, it's immensely sad when you see someone 31 years old, beautiful young wife and young kids taken from us in this way. But I got to tell you, my sadness when I heard the news has been overcome with anger. I'm very angry that you had a guy that dedicated his life to taking the ideas that we all believe in and bringing them to inhospitable environments, the college campus. People talked about him running for office. He could have gotten elected to some red legislative district. He wouldn't have had nearly the impact. He chose to go in the places where he knew he was going to get pushback. But he was dedicated to this idea that, you know what? I have a right to speak my mind. I want to change your mind. You can ask me tough questions. I'm going to be respectful and civil, but I'm going to tell you what I believe. And that's what he was doing when he got assassinated for political purposes. So I think he left a big legacy. Obviously, it's going to shatter the family. But this is a big wound for this nation because a Republican government cannot endure if we cannot have situations where it's safe to disagree, where you can actually go and give a different perspective. But we've seen people get shut down on college campuses. We've seen violence, not approaching this level, on college campuses. And then this event I think really gets to the heart of whether Republican government can long survive. So I'm very angry at what happened today. Obviously, they got to catch this guy, and we need a very quick death penalty prosecution. I don't want to see this take forever and a day. We need justice for this.
So we had two.
Yeah, but it's going to be complicated in terms of the guy, everyone coming in saying he was this, he was that, he was this, he was that. You're going to get all this political spin. But even, you know, the guy getting executed or whatever happens to him, Kirk is still gone. I mean, the impact that Kirk had, obviously, is, you know. Benny Johnson just posted a video about Charlie Kirk, his first non-AI thumbnail you've seen. Well, it's a serious thing. Do you think this will be taught in schools, high schools, universities, etc., now or in the future? Guess it depends on how liberal the school is. No, I mean, let's see how this evolves in terms of who the suspect is, I guess. Yeah, I saw the video, the guy on the roof. Seems like that's the suspect.
Guys, suspects in custody. They've both been released. It's a very dicey situation out there. As you know, the guy that murdered those 4 kids in Idaho, he got all the way across the country in a car afterwards. So I think the FBI really, really, really needs to get some luck here and work their tails off to make sure we get this guy fast, because the longer he's at large, the harder it is to apprehend him.
Well, and he had the perfect opportunity to blend in because the crowd dispersed. No one knew, you know, there were still going to be shots, and everyone's running for their lives, and that's a scene of chaos. But I do think he had to seem like he was in some type of sniper overwatch position.
Yep.
Reports I saw was a couple 100 yards. You know, that's something that somebody should have seen him set up. There should be some evidence of this. So I hope that they're able to.
You know, this video I think is from before it's from before the shooting. The dude was like, I don't know, why is somebody up there? Remember, it's the same thing with Trump, and they were asking the question. There's just no need for people to do this regardless of political opinions. It benefits nobody, and any cause, lives ruined, including the shooters. Are schools having a mass for 9/11 and Charlie tomorrow? Depends on the religiousness of the school. But it's like the same exact thing. But this is a much higher vantage point, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like that's some type of campus building, some type of campus office, the roof of it. There's a new video of him being carried after he got shot. He doesn't have the security. What? Because he's not a high-level politician? I mean, you're pushing it with the amount of influence he had in terms of having higher, you know, security and being aware of different vantage points. Obviously, that's something that should have been taken into consideration. We see the result. Yeah, no, I know. He had a ton of influence. That's the point. He had higher level influence than a lot of Congress people. Check BB's statement. What, Netanyahu? I mean, a lot of them put out statements. A lot of the foreign leaders put out statements I saw. He could have survived if he had bulletproof glass in front of the. Yeah, I mean, but that's a woulda, coulda, shoulda thing. I mean, how many events has he done? I think it's just more about security of and securing vantage points and having a presence there. I mean, again, it's like the Trump situation. You look at the higher vantage points, and you can see the video of the guy run away. I think it's on here, dude. Because it was on here when I saw. This is probably the video. This guy. It's hard to see. Is this the video? Or is it a different perspective? Yeah, you can see somebody running there, running back. That's wild. Imagine that assassin running down the stairs after doing that. Did you see Congress refuse to do a moment of silence? Yeah, I don't know what that is. Are they like 5 years old? I mean, the guy was 31 years old, got assassinated. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. Like, I could understand Reddit people like celebrating everything, but I mean, I guess that's how far their party has fallen. What was the first old guy ever? I don't know. They're gonna have to explain the story behind that. I thought he had some type of gun or something. I don't know. A plane took off from the regional airport 8 miles from campus 22 minutes after the shot was taken. What type of plane? I mean, yeah, he's still at large apparently. They had two people. Both of the suspects were. It wasn't them. They got interviewed. They got interrogated. Ben Shapiro says he'll never do an event outside again now. If you slow down the video, it looks like the bullet bounced off his shirt. Do you think that? I mean, and what is the physics of the bullet bouncing off of his shirt? What do you? I don't even know what you mean. Now I slowed it down like 10 times. It did not look like it bounced anywhere. It just creates an entry wound. How did he get on the roof? That's another thing. It looks like some type of class, top of the classrooms, top of a campus building. Oh yeah, so this is the one before.
Getting right up. Getting right up.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that.
I wonder if they thought this was a security, like a sniper for security.
So there's somebody on the roof right there? Just saying?
Huh.
He just ran from over, where's my finger? Well, from over there, ran in, and now he's right there. Just saying, just getting right up.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there?
Where that guy is, you can literally just walk onto it. I mean, it would depend on how the building structure is designed on the other side, I think.
Getting right up.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
I mean, I
You'd
really
think
can't
that.
tell the way you would access that. You're amazed they noticed that? Well, I mean, how many people are there? You know, how many people are at the event? Someone's probably gonna notice it. You just think they would have better security or something. The fact that no one can find him means it's professional. Well, it was all wearing all black, definitely premeditated from a vantage point, you know, in which he had to make sure he could access. But I mean, that was Crooks. But people, I mean, even with Crooks, there's a lot of shady shit surrounding him. Yeah. Many people are going to be arming themselves now. Well, yeah, you see something like that where it's a video, and we're just coming off the bus murder. How long do we wait before we give up on an address from Trump? I mean, I would think that Trump would be addressing. I would think they would already announce it if Trump was going to be addressing tonight. You because the rapid report would already say he's going to address at like 7:50 or 8:50, whatever. What is it? 8:43 right now. Redditors is calling it a false flag. Well, I mean, there's going to be a lot of people calling it a lot of things. This is just how it is with the internet. And so let's see if we can find something that comes out. And even when something comes out, there's going to be. Trump is waiting until they have the perp. It's a possibility. But they got to confirm it now. Because they could bring someone else in for questioning. And probably won't address until the shooter is caught. Yeah, they got to find the shooter. They are right. No, with these manhunts, the longer it goes on, the harder it becomes. There's more places they can be at. Imagine being involved in a manhunt like this. Holy hell. Trying to catch someone. Yeah, there is the chance of there's a chance he offed himself somewhere. That happened to someone that was a suspect of shooting at a highway in I think Kentucky. Then he committed suicide in woods, and they didn't find his remains for a month till a month later. But I don't know about this. I mean, we can speculate on it. Crack my jaw. What kind of sniper was left on the roof? Well, assassins disassemble their sniper and I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's still there, but no weapon recovered. That's true? If that's true, I mean, shooter is gone. They had about a window of catching the shooter. Yeah, you're right. It does become infinitely harder. I mean, we'll see, but it does normally become infinitely harder with every minute. There's just too many paths. But I think with this manhunt, they're gonna try. They're gonna have to get. They're gonna have to do something. Keep in mind, this shooter chose Charlie's event to make a spectacle. He could have just followed Charlie home. Yeah, well, there's two different things about that. Number one, this is a public event, so you know where he's going to be. You really can't follow him home. I mean, I guess, but like everybody knows he's going to be there. But I hear what you're saying about it, like being a shock value thing. Instead of just hearing about it in the news, there's video cameras all over the place and stuff. Unlike Butler, seems like someone who had more professional training and planned this out well in advance. Yeah, and then, you have to wonder, is this somebody that was hired? Is this a situation to where it's just somebody that's highly skilled in this? I mean, there's a lot of different variables. That tweet was a waste of time. Yeah, this tweet, it's just... Joe Biden, no place in our country for this kind of violence. Trump put out a video. Pete Hegseth put out a video.
I'd also be remiss if I did not acknowledge why that flag is at half staff. We lost an incredible American today, a dear friend of mine. If you knew him, you love him. His name is Charlie Kirk. Taken by an assassin's bullet. Unfathomable.
Where's the Trump video? What account?
Only assurance I can take is that I know he is with his Lord and Savior right now. He has heard the words, "Well done, good and faithful servant," as I know many of you will hear. And I didn't quite know what to do after that news with the rest of the day, but I know what felt fitting was to definitely come here and
No, it's not on here. Truth Social, I know, but what is the X account that has that carrot that has it first? I know, I'm trying to find the video. I don't have Truth Social. I just wait for it to be reposted.
To my great fellow Americans, I am filled with grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. He's a martyr for truth and freedom, and there has never been anyone who was so respected by youth. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith, and we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven. Our prayers are with his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family, who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain. This is a dark moment for America. Charlie Kirk traveled the nation, joyfully engaging with everyone interested in good faith debate. His mission was to bring young people into the political process, which he did better than anybody ever, to share his love of country and to spread the simple words of common sense. On campuses nationwide, he championed his ideas with courage, logic, humor, and grace. It's a long past time for all Americans and the media to confront the fact that violence and murder are the tragic consequence of demonizing those with whom you disagree day after day, year after year, in the most hateful and despicable way possible. For years, those on the radical left have compared wonderful Americans like Charlie to Nazis and the world's worst mass murderers and criminals. This kind of rhetoric is directly responsible for the terrorism that we're seeing in our country today, and it must stop right now. My administration will find each and every one of those who contributed to this atrocity and to other political violence, including the organizations that fund it and support it, as well as those who go after our judges, law enforcement officials, and everyone else who brings order to our country. From the attack on my life in Butler, Pennsylvania last year, which killed a husband and father, to the attacks on ICE agents, to the vicious murder of a healthcare executive in the streets of New York, to the shooting of House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and 3 others, radical left political violence has hurt too many innocent people and taken too many lives. Tonight, I ask all Americans to commit themselves to the American values for which Charlie Kirk lived and died, the values of free speech, citizenship, the rule of law, and the patriotic devotion and love of God. Charlie was the best of America, and the monster who attacked him was attacking our whole country. An assassin tried to silence him with a bullet, but he failed, because together we will ensure that his voice, his message, and his legacy will live on for countless generations to come. Today, because of this heinous act, Charlie's voice has become bigger and grander than ever before, and it's not even close. May God bless his memory, may God watch over his family, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not AI. I don't know people saying it's AI. You can tell his hand is moving, the hand movements. You can tell the reflection onto the desk as well. Yeah, that's definitely not AI. I don't know what people are talking about. That was a good speech. Well, looks to be some type of color contrast filter. Yeah, it's some type of filter. Maybe it's to make Trump look better. No actions, just a nothing burger. Well, I mean, what action did you want, man? His chair is moving, his hands are the only thing that would look a little bit sus. I mean, even his hands were moving slightly. No, his hands were moving as well. Slightly. No, it's not. So that's Trump's address calling out the left-wing violence. This is going to be used for sure as a launching point for Trump to send in National Guardsmen to liberal cities and just it's really bad what the left has done. They're really evil people. And listen, we'll see what happens here with I don't know what's going on with Kash Patel and who this person ends up being, but obviously there's going to be a lot of talk about whoever gets arrested. That's kind of what we're waiting on at this point. There's been some there's been some problems with them trying to arrest someone. People think the shooter's going to get away. Shooter is probably in Russia. What, Utah to fucking Eastern Russia flight? Well, I mean, it depends the type of arrangement they had. If this is a hired hit, it's sick. He probably had decoys too. Yeah, that's what they were saying. I was wondering if the one guy was a decoy. I don't know why you just wouldn't say it's not me. It's not me. He gets arrested and says, "I know my rights." The old dude. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but I think they let him go. Do you think the shooter has left the state or even booked a flight and left the country? Well, no. I mean, all of it would have to be planned. Um, it depends the type of connections he had in terms of the plane that could be taken to leave. Commercial flight, I mean, I think that would be a big challenge. Old guy got booked for obstruction. There's footage of the assassin laying on the roof and fleeing. Yeah, I know. I've seen it. We've gone over it. Man, if this really turns into this to where it's this massive manhunt and this, I mean, it's just another layer to it. It's just one of the biggest assassinations of your life domestically in terms of the political sense. I mean, there were other huge assassinations throughout the world, but Kelshi odds on what? When the suspect is going to be found? I'm sure there are odds on that. I don't know. I mean, it's impossible to say. I think some people might be overreacting to the idea that he's gone for good, but surely there's CCTV footage. Yeah, no, I'm sure there is, but that stuff doesn't get released immediately. So that CCTV, remember there was also CCTV in the building surrounding the roof area in which Crooks went on, and they finally released that weeks later. That stuff doesn't get released right away. Did you see TMZ laughing? TMZ, the network? I mean, I don't know. Who works at TMZ? I don't know. I just know the one guy. Is it possible the United States is heading towards a second civil war? I don't know, man. I mean, if something happened to Trump, I think it'd be, it would be very bad. I think
if he's still on the loose because they want to find him. So I would think that that's one of the main reasons they're holding this news conference. So my guess is we're going to see an image of this guy possibly in the next 20 minutes. The news conference is scheduled for 3 o'clock in Utah time, which is 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. Janet, go to have somebody look at.
they're literally screaming like somebody got engaged.
The Fox. Trump just posted that Charlie Kirk is dead.
All right, so is this ready to pull the trigger? We can get Trump cut in a second.
What did Trump say?
Yeah, who sent it?
So what did Trump say? Yeah, Trump just said he's dead. Yeah, he just said it. Okay.
And my sympathies
Is that up?
go out.
I think after the comments by Pritzker, Trump has to go into Chicago. Yeah, it's completely distasteful. 100% right after. But I mean, this is who these people are. And those TMZ, I don't know, those people are irrelevant. It's like, it's a bunch of like fucking socialist women who get like assaulted by minorities and then cry and say Republicans are the problem. Okay, honey. Yeah, sure. You have no fucking clue what you're talking about. You don't even know what you're voting for. But we'll see if they end up finding him. That is an interesting filter on Trump. I mean, there's no doubt about it. TMZ already addressed the laughing. It was unrelated. I'm sure. Your parents concerned about my safety? No, my parents are not concerned about my safety. Guys, everyone is obviously Charlie Kirk was a major figure, guys. He has 6 million followers. But obviously that's still not a reason for something bad to happen, but obviously he's a major influential guy. So these, his chances something happens to him is, especially when you go to those events and it's like a scheduled thing. So it's like they know when you're coming. Says consumed your whole day. Yeah, I was in the middle of doing a second video for the day, and it was a redistricting video, and I learned about it, and it just, the Trump thing, I got a text from my brother. I was out driving, so I came immediately home after. But the Trump thing, I mean, imagine saying Trump got shot and just seeing it. But this thing, I saw it, and it just changed. Yeah, just you don't even know what to say. Any nut job could, yeah, I mean, I guess that's true, but isn't that true with any, like, even a micro influencer that has like 1,000 followers? Technically, there could be somebody obsessed with them and stuff. I mean, it's kind of hard to live like that. I feel like if you're below a certain threshold, there's not, once you get big enough, I think it becomes like there's certainly a lot of people where there's concerns with, for sure. I mean, because these liberals, they think they're justified in doing it and they like it. Now we'll see who this ends up being. Maybe it is some type of hire and it's very complex, and who knows if they get caught. There's a lot of unanswered questions right now when it comes to this. Did Cash just put out a new statement? No, this is not a new statement. This is the statement we just saw. Guess an hour ago at this point. Or is there a new one? People keep saying. Nope. Yeah, right now they don't know who it is. There was this photo circulating. Someone that people said it looked like me. It didn't really look like me. But I don't think it's him. 9/11 video tomorrow still. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow with this. This is a big, big thing. And '24-year anniversary stream tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do it. I mean, this is... Yeah, people were saying it looked like me. I think that's a bit ridiculous, honestly. Yeah, they're like trolling me, but alright. They say his wife and kids were in attendance. Really hope that's just a rumor. The only thing I heard about that is I heard they were back home. So, I mean, maybe you're right. I don't know, but... Does this tragedy silence right-wing influencers? It would do the opposite. It would amplify them. I mean, obviously you have to be careful for sure, but this would do the opposite of silence. Liberals be banned from owning. Well, remember they're trying to pass laws against transgenders from having guns. Did you see that? I mean, but a lot of this will depend on who this person is, who this individual is. Do you know that state representatives were pushing him to come to Colorado? I don't know about that, man. I mean, dude, if they really wanted to off him, there'd be so many places because he goes to these events. He does so many different events with big crowds. You read any comment sections? What, like the liberal reaction? I mean, I've seen a lot of it. Yeah, he shouldn't have announced that 100%. It's not good to announce that when and then have to basically retract the statement. what is it called? So when leftists say Patel is incompetent, doesn't this prove they're right or no? I think it's whatever, man. We're just trying to find this person. This is going to be glossed over.
Yes. Yes, I fucking do. I hope this helps clear things up.
So you smile because somebody is dead because they disagree with? I don't know if that comment is cut off or what.
Dr. Phil, back with you, sadly with an update. Charlie Kirk has been pronounced.
I mean, most of those people are going to be doxxed anyways. Those people that do that react in that way. And then they're going to start crying because, you know, it happened with Trump and a lot of them got fired. So if they want to do that, they can do that. It's not going to end well for them. They're going to cry like children.
Dead after being shot at an event at Utah Valley University.
Yeah, it looks like a black girl left this comment. Imagine the shock. Redditors claiming it's justified because Charlie Kirk supported gun rights. It's a false equivalency. He didn't support murder. Should liberals be killed because they support abortion? One of your firefighters mocking Charlie Kirk's assassination. It's already happening. Couldn't finish my workout today. Been feeling slow. Yeah, I haven't eaten since about 11 a.m. Yes, every race did it. Sure, this white woman did it. This white woman apparently likes to mock Charlie Kirk getting assassinated. These are grown ass people, but to me, it just shows like just really a lack of maturity. Trump needs to send more people to invest. I mean, they got a manhunt going. I mean, I'm sure there's everyone that can help is there. And dude, imagine what happens if this person gets away. Because then it just opens up the entire Pandora's box. He fled into the mountains in Utah. I mean, it's possible. There are cameras ever around that campus. It depends how skilled the person was, and maybe they had the mask on or something. That's why they're not releasing the CCTV. I don't know. He's on his way to Mexico. You're not confident they'll catch the shooter? I mean, I'm still confident, though. I mean, it becomes challenging as the time goes on, but it depends how sophisticated it was and how planned out it was in terms of an escape route. Alive? Yeah, then that opens a whole nother conspiracy can of worms if they're found dead. These shooters tend to not plan escape routes. No, I hear you. A lot of the times it's really done really sloppily. Why did they detain the older male? I don't know. It was sometime. We're gonna have to get an update on that. I'm not sure. They must have seen something, or it started part of an obstruction process by him, and he knew the shooter. I don't know. The old guy was definitely a decoy to allow the shooter to escape. I mean, that seems like it's most likely. I don't know. Somebody told me that the old guy got released. Don't ever forget that the man that was most willing to talk with the left was murdered by them. There's no conversation anymore. And it is crazy that Charlie Kirk talked about assassination culture on the left. And then this happens. When did I start this stream? 15? 7:15? Yeah, I mean, hopefully they find this dude. Uh, I don't know what else to say at this point. I mean, I don't know if there's any more updates. Right there. Running off the roof. Think they will catch him? I don't know.
Getting right up.
Yeah. You think he'd already be in place?
You would think that. So there's somebody on the roof right there?
So those are the two shots. Was the roof slanted right? Oh, what is it? What is this? This is where the shot came from? On top of this building? 455 feet. The closer building was around 200 yards. So it's like 120 yards, not that much with a rifle. No, I don't think the shot was extremely far. Don't think it was a professional. All right, guys, I think that's gonna do it for this. I think that's gonna do it for this live stream. We'll have to see the updates. I don't know. There's a lot unknown right now. It would be nice if they caught him by the end of tonight, so people could just have that, and maybe we could see. I mean, we can pretty much. Well, I don't know. I don't know about that, but you can kind of tell, who they catch if the political leaning and stuff like that. And I mean, obviously, there's going to be investigations, things of that nature, but. 400 yards is not an easy shot. I don't know. I've heard people say both. I guess it depends the angle in which it's from. It was from a higher trajectory. He was shooting down. No, that's not correct. There's no the wedding. I've seen that thought about the wedding. That's bullshit, man. Yeah, he was using probably a pretty advanced scope. Yeah, 455 feet. 455 feet. Somebody said it was 200 yards. But it'd be like 150 yards if it was 450 feet. Yeah, Trump said something. You can go watch the video. It's a 4 minute. It's a 4 minute. Uh, he gave a 4 minute video. All right, guys. I'll see you later. Stay safe. Yes.